Hi everyone. So now we are going to discuss about the challenges of teaching language. So our today's content is introduction, then challenges of teaching language. Then we will discuss about the teaching learning material of second language. It's nothing but TLM only, and it includes the textbook, multimedia material, multilingual resources of the classroom, and the multilingual approaches which teacher can use in the classroom for teaching the second language in a multilingual approach. Then let's see the introduction. Teaching English as a second language is one of the most rewarding careers you would have. It's an opportunity to exercise your teaching skills, immerse yourself in an exciting culture, meet new people from all over the world, and travel to the countries you have never visited. So here, if we are teaching English as a second language, then there are so many things you can get to know new, that is culture, the Western culture you could know, and by teaching the English as a second language, you can know the people from all over the world, because they come to give you training, or they will provide training online also from their place. So that also can be a new experience for a teacher if they are teaching English as a second language. So English teachers are getting all such kind of things, and they can enjoy it. The next is challenges of teaching language. So there are some challenges I have enlisted here. First is limited teaching resources, as English is a second language and it's not a native language for the Indians. So we are not getting much teaching resources in the schools. Then limited time for lecture to teach. Then because if we are teaching the new language to someone, it requires the more time. But here we are getting the time according to the school only, that too equal to the other subjects only. So it's a new thing which we are going to give the children. For that we need the more time, but here we are not getting much time for the English teaching. The next is students disturb the class, because they are not getting the interest, because they are not familiar with the language. They are using the listening the new terms, so they are unable to understand. So what they will do, if they are not getting interest, if they are not having they don't know the things, they will not take the interest and they start disturbing the class. The next is using other languages in the classrooms. So the students start using their native languages in the classroom instead of using the English. Language barrier, as we all know that the 1600 plus languages are spoken in India. So the children also use those languages into the classroom, not the English language, because they are not familiar with the language, as well as it's new for them and they are unable to understand due to the lack of time and due to the lack of teaching resources. So they are not concentrating in the class much, and they are start disturbing the classes. The next is teaching learning material. It's nothing but the TLM, instructional material, also known teaching learning material, that is TLM, are any collection of materials including animate and inanimate objects of human and non-human resources that a teacher may use in teaching and learning situation to help achieve desired learning objectives. So here the teachers are using the TLM. It can be an object, it can be a human being, whatever it will be, the teacher are using to make a good learning situation and to achieve the objective, whatever the objective have set by the teacher. To achieve those objectives, the teacher is using the TLM in their classrooms. Then next is I have enlisted some TLM materials here. First is textbook, next is multimedia material, then multilingual resources of the classroom. These three things we can use in the English classroom as a TLM. The next is textbook. Textbooks play a pivotal role in language classrooms in all type of educational institution, public schools, colleges and language schools all over the world. In some context, teachers are free to choose their own textbooks. So here the textbooks are playing a very important role in the classroom. It can be a school where whatever institution it may be, whatever educational institution it may be, there we have to use the textbook, and here the teachers are free to choose their textbook. So whatever content they want to teach the children, they can choose according to themselves. So the textbooks are playing an important role to improve the student all over development, like their skills of language also can improve through the textbooks. So it's necessary for the educational institutions to follow the textbook as a teaching learning material. The next is multimedia material. Using multimedia technology in the language classroom improve teaching contents and makes the best of class time. It breaks the teacher-centered traditional teaching method and fundamentally improve the teacher's teaching efficiency and has become central of language practice. So here in the multimedia material, it's basically a technological way of the teaching language to the children, and it improves the teaching also, because we are using the multimedia or the technology here. The pronunciation will be correct, and the child can acquire that pronunciation from the multimedia or the technology, which is good. And next is it's not a teacher centric approach, it's a student centric approach where the teacher is giving instructions only and students are following those instructions and learning themselves. Here the teacher is not helping much them, but teacher is using and she is working as a facilitator here. And through the multimedia, the children can do the good practice. How many times they want, they can do the practice for the language learning and the language acquiring, and the children can easily learn the language here. The next is multilingual resource of the classroom. Multilingualism is the use of more than one language, either by an individual speaker or by a group of speakers. It is believed that multilingual speakers outnumber monolingual speakers in the world population. So here in the classroom we are having the multilingual speakers, not the monolingual speakers. So multilingual speakers, like the teacher can use this multilingual resource in the classroom as a good way or the easy way to teach the English language. She can use while she was explaining at the time also, she can use the multilingual language, so the children, those who come from the other languages background, they can also understand and they can also able to take the participation in the English classroom. So here the multilingualism is playing a very important role to understanding better in the English classroom. Then next is multilingual approaches. So how the teacher can use the multilingual approach in the classroom. Greetings. Ask your multilingual students to teach their classmates a greeting in their home language. So here the teacher can greet students in English language, and she can tell the students, other students, to teach the class in their home language. Like if the teacher is wishing in the English language, then the students can wish. The students can also learn to wish in their native language. So here the student can able to understand that it's a greeting. We have to greet in English language like this. Then next is labels. Labels are it can be a flashcards also. So the teacher have to use the multilingual flashcards. Like if the students are understanding the Hindi language, then the teacher have to write the same word in the English and in the Hindi also. So that student can able to understand that this Hindi word can be called in English like this, because in our India we are not the native speakers of English language. So that's why we have to use the multilingual approaches. A multilingual word wall. So in the classroom the teacher have to select one wall and she have to make it, and she have to design it as a multilingual word wall, where the student can get some words in their language and in the English language also. And next is multilingual reading material. So the teacher have to suggest the students to bring the books those who are having the multilingual reading material. Like the same text can be provided in the English and as well as in the Hindi or whatever their mother tongue is there. Then next is multilingual dictionaries. So as we are getting the Oxford and other dictionaries in the multilingual way, so the teacher have to suggest the students to use those dictionaries to understand in a better way.